Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Pavan Soni. I am author of the book Design Your Thinking, and in this brief talk I'll be discussing with you on how to be a design thinker. There are 5 very simple tips that I would like to offer to you on being a design thinker. The first one is observing with purpose. You need to be extremely good observer, observing things which are unusual, observing people, their behaviors, and through a keen sense of observation is when you start understanding the real problem and you tend to empathize with others around you. Observation skills can be sharpened. For example, you can start meditating to develop your observation skills. You can start becoming much more concentrated when you are trying to observe people. So first is observing skills. The second is listening with intent. Now, listening as a skill is highly undervalued. Now, you must have read so many books, you must have seen so many courses on how to be a good speaker, but there are seldom courses on how to be a good listener. In fact, we end up assuming that everybody is a good listener, which is certainly not true. And that's where Julian Treasure has a very beautiful technique for good listening skills, which is called RASA. RASA stands for receive, appreciate, summarize, and ask. Receive without any judgment. Appreciate others' point of view, appreciate the fact that people are sharing their insights with you. Summarize or paraphrase so that they get a sense or a signal that yes, you have indeed been listening. And finally, ask questions with a lot of empathy. The third useful technique is deferring your judgment. Judgment often comes in the way of being empathetic, because when you start judging people, you have already resigned to the fact that there is nothing new that you are going to learn from them. And that is where judgment can not only kill empathy, but judgment can also dissuade people around you from offering some very counterintuitive ideas. In fact, Jaddu Krishnamurti says that the highest form of intelligence is being non-judgmental. So if you can very systematically avoid being judgmental about people, not only that you tend to see things from a new perspective, but also people around you feel much more liberated. The fourth aspect is having multiple affiliations. It doesn't matter who you are or what you're trying to do, as long as you are able to pack multiple affinities in your life. Being an artist, being a musician, being a painter, being a gardener, and also having your day job is a far more certain way of being creative than spending 18 hours in a given job. Because when you expose yourself to multiple affiliations, not only that you have multiple avenues to learn from, but you also have multiple avenues to try and experiment. And the last one is developing failure tolerance. You see, design thinking necessitates that you take up ideas which are not sure winners. You abandon some ideas in between. You put a lot of ideas to test, and some of you may survive. And that is where you should develop this ability to tolerate failure. Now, there is very interesting research that says that even though people having high IQ, they still may not be very creative because their inhibitions are heightened. So you need to very systematically lower your inhibitions in life so that you are much more comfortable in exploring new situations, comfortable in taking up a few chances, and if you have to fail, then you fail. So this in summary are the 5 attributes of being a design thinker, which is observing with purpose, listening with intent, deferring your judgment, honing multiple affiliations, and finally having a risk or a failure tolerance. I hope this short video was of use to you. I would love to hear from all of you. Thank you so much.